What's good, homies? Welcome back to another episode in our West Tigers rebuild series. There really isn't much to say about the lineup pre-game. There is only one change that's been made, and we're welcoming back Kevin Nangama into the centres, and Mahe Fonua will be dropping out of the squad. Alright, so it's round 22, and we're on the road getting ready to face the North Queensland Cowboys. As we take a look at the ladder here, and as you can see, the gap between the top 4 and the rest of the top 8, it isn't that big of a margin. There's 4 points separating us from the top 4, and I think we're a decent shot at actually making it in the top 4. We just need to win these next 4 games, and I'm saying that like it's an easy thing to put some wins together in this game. Definitely isn't, especially on the difficulty I'm on, well, speaking for myself at least. As we take a look at their lineup here, I'm pretty sure this is our first meeting with the Cowboys. The biggest omission I can see in the lineup is that there's no Jonathan Thurston. They've actually got the Redcliffe playmaker in Christian Hazard starting at 7 with Tamaida Martin on the bench. As we start things off with Hazard here, and he's going to take it to the line, getting wrapped up 35 meters out from their line. As they shift the ball, Leonard to Morgan in space, and a beautiful little cutback to try and beat Tupou, but we're able to recover and pull him down from behind. On the second here, as they go short to Taumalolo, who pops a nice little short ball drawing and passing, and it's going to be Scott Bolton here who bumps off Dan Tupou, and he's going to score the first try of the game. A couple of forwards linking up. The initial break though came from Michael Morgan from inside their 40, that then led to Jason's nice little drone pass. Bolton still had a little bit of work to do, bumping off Dan Tupou at the back. All in all, in the end, they made it look kinda easy, as Kyle Fout nails the conversion, and they're going to go up by 6 points. Alright, so 15 minutes in, and after a decent defensive set, we're kicking from within our 40, and it's going to be Kyle Fout here returning. He's going to get pulled down on the 40. As they go short, and they get the pass out to Scott, he just takes it to the line, and it takes 3 defenders there to tackle him. He finally goes down on the 30, as Taumalolo takes another hit up, and he's going to inch closer to our 20. So they've got a little bit of momentum here, and it's going to be Michael Morgan slicing through the line once again. This time it was a deft little short ball, putting him through the gap around the ruck. That was actually a pretty dope little line being run by Michael Morgan. Tupou was just standing way too deep, and Morgan beat him with ease on the outside. Anyway, Fout actually misses the conversion, and they're going to go up by 10 points. Almost 30 minutes into the game, as we return the ball with Sully here, getting pulled down on our 10-meter line. First tackle, we go to Luke Brooks here, who attacks the line himself, actually fends off a defender, and he's going to get pulled down just outside our 30. As we go wide to Packer, another fend, and he's going to inch his way closer to the 40. Third tackle, and we're struggling to make meters, so we send it to Luke Brooks sitting in the pocket as we shoot for the corner, as we've been doing these past few games, and it works again for us as we get that 40-20, a much needed kick. Like I said, we were just struggling to get out of our own half, and it's going to be the first tackle here. Players still getting into position, but the ball's already out. I don't know how, but they knock it on somehow, the Cowboys, and we're going to get the scrum feed here on the 10-meter line. Definitely got a little lucky there. I was trying to figure out what to do in attack, and the quick play the ball, they always do that. They give us quick play the balls at the wrong time. Whenever I try to play the ball quickly, it's a freaking slow play the ball. And then out of nowhere, you get these quick play the balls when I'm still trying to figure out what to do in attack. As we continue to chip away at their line, and we're going to get held up here, 5th and last. And then out of nowhere, they give a penalty away on the last tackle. A terrible time to give a penalty away. At this point, I'm still undecided on what I want to do, as we send it to Reynolds. He passes to Tupou, who gets driven backwards. 4th tackle, we get this nice little play to the short side here, and it's going to be a beautiful cutout ball from Idris out to Nofaluma. He's going to cross the line untouched as we finally score our first try, and it's about damn time too. I think that was our 3rd set in the attacking zone, and thankfully we get a decent short side play randomized by the game itself. It was kind of a perfect fit too. They were a little, I don't think they were short in numbers, but they were definitely a little compressed or something. As we take another look at the replay here, it looks like a 3-on-2, but it's really a 3-on-3. Like I said, they just looked a little compressed. It was a great positioning by our winger really. Nofaluma hugging that touchline, and he ends up reaping the rewards for it. as Lolohea lines up the kick from a fairly difficult position as we swing it back between the posts, and we're going to get within 4 points heading into the break. It's tough to judge these kind of games. Once the AI gets a bit of momentum, they're pretty hard to stop. As we look at the halftime match stats here, and as you can see by the time in possession, almost a 60-40 split, mostly due to those errors and those consecutive penalties inside the attacking zone where we were initially struggling to cross the line. I mean, other than that, we have missed 2 tackles which did lead to the 2 tries. Everything else though, despite trailing by 4 points, it all looks pretty decent. Statistically speaking, of course, we've missed less tackles and we've actually cracked their line 3 more times than they've cracked ours. Alright, back in the second half, and we're 60 minutes in to the game as we sloppily try and put some passes together. We set up for a kick here on the 4th. Again, just struggling to get out of our half. It's going to be Josh Reynolds this time shooting for the corner, and we don't quite get the angle we wanted as it gets fielded by Coop, steps around I think 2 or 3 defenders there, and he's going to race away to score a nice little breakaway try here for the Cowboys. Definitely have to hit the flash music on that runaway as he does a little goose step then scores the try. You probably can't hear it, but it's a nice bit of commentary there by Vossi, just stating how many tries he scored up until this point, as Kyle Fout nails the extras, and they're going to go up by 10 points once again. Alright, so we're 74 minutes in, struggling as usual here. I don't want to say we're struggling to crack the line because we've actually broken their line in the second half quite a few times. As we try a little chip and chase, you'll know when I'm all out of ideas, it's when you see those little midfield chip and chase kicks. As we run it on the last here, beautiful inside outside, Packer with ball in hand, sends it out to Aloiai, he sends it to Naingama, and a nice little quick pass out to Nofaluma, pops the chip over the top, gets ankle tap, and he's going to actually slide over the try line here for our second try of the game as it goes up as a no try, but you'll see on the replay here, it was actually an ankle tap that made him slide over the line. This might be a contender for our own personal try of the year. Just a bit of ad-lib footy at its best here as we take another look on the replay. With about 6 minutes remaining in the game, we had no other choice but to run it, and some slick ass passing here. A couple of cutout balls and then we stretched them to the left, and that was the line break there. Kevin Naingama off the catch and pass, and the beautiful chip and chase. And yeah, the ankle tap in real time made that try look so good. As we get set off Lolohea to once again kick the goal. And it's going to be a crucial kick. We do get the 2 points. And we're going to have an opportunity here with ball in hand to try and win the game. Alright, as we get set to receive here off the Kyle Fout kickoff. We've literally been trailing for the whole game. Can we pull off the comeback? So it'll be Jamal Idris taking the first hit up. And it's a solid tackle as he gets driven back. First tackle here. Almost 2 minutes remaining. A nice little break here from Matalino. And he's going to get pulled down inside the 30. Second tackle. As we send it to Idris once again off the fend. And he's going to get pulled down on the 30. And it's going to be the Cowboys giving a penalty away, just inviting us to score some points. With 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining, we're going to kick to touch. I was thinking of trying to milk all the meters we can off this kick. Lucky I didn't though, because we ended up hitting the red, and we made next to no meters as we take the tap, immediately try and shift it out wide. That's where we've had our success, down this left edge, as Naingama throws a dummy and he's going to get pulled down inside our 40. On the first, as the fat lady sings, we try and swing it back to the left, and it's going to be Naingama who gets tackled with ball in hand. And unfortunately, the Cowboys are going to walk away with the W, narrowly getting past us in the end. We definitely didn't deserve the win. I've been saying it all game, we definitely struggled attacking this game. Not necessarily the line breaks, just putting it together in that attacking zone. That's full time here at 1300 Smart Stadium. The North Queensland Cowboys come out with the win, 16 points to 12. As we take a look at the full-time match stats here, I felt like we had a pretty terrible game, but the stat sheet, that tells a different story. There's still a gang of things to work on heading into the final series. Still eyeing a top 4 finish, but it's looking a little slim at this point. Anyway, here's a quick look at the match stats for everyone. Just going through run meters, tackles, tackle busts, line breaks and all of that. And as always, Josh Reynolds tripped that like button for more Rugby League Live 4 content. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.